Hello and welcome back to Gabo Sports. We've got a big show for you today. The worst Premier League signings ever. We're doing a draft, and I'm joined by some ever presence, some consistency. The rest of these guys, like I said, at the end of the window, deadline day, special show is going to be. We're going to take a poll. We're gonna ask our viewers what they think, and at least two Gabos members will be departing. They'll be sent to Syria or Saudi, never to be seen again. And we'll let you guys vote on that. So at some point there'll be a poll going live. Maybe we'll launch a Twitter or something. We'll start off like that, and then we'll go from there. But let's not focus on those guys. Let's start off here representing Manchester United, even though there isn't a Manchester United shirt in the background. Hus.
That's right. What are you saying? What are you saying?
And of course, this is a man who's got he's our record appearance maker, most consistent player on Gabo Sports. Aboudi, what are you saying, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm good, especially after that Isak news fell through. I'm better than ever.
Bro, you know it's one of those ones. You know the what's it, Mo from The Simpsons when he looks at the noose and he goes, "Not today, my friend." It was that kind of a moment, bro, where it all kind of fell apart. But yeah, man, Boody, I'm gonna let you kind of talk us through the draft structure, and then let's kick it off.
All right, so basically, we're gonna do worst transfers, flops, whatever you want to call it, in Premier League history. We're doing 2 per team maximum. I was thinking, do we all do the same positions, or should we just do it sporadically in terms of whatever comes to mind? Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll do whatever comes to mind.
Whatever comes to mind, yeah.
We'll go with that. I'll kick it off. Is that cool with you lot?
Of course.
I'm gonna start with the goalkeeper.
Mhm.
He's actually made I think this is his 3rd move within the Premier League this summer. He's the most expensive goalkeeper in history. And he's just moved to Arsenal for £5 million. It's none other than Kepa Arrizabalaga. And that guy is going in my goalkeeper slot.
But bro, I got to ask a question, man. Are you jinxing us, bro? What the hell's going on here?
No, but obviously the Arsenal signing aside, £72 million move to Chelsea. Would you say that's money well spent?
No, objectively, it's probably the worst goalkeeper signing available. So
I rest my
actually,
case.
I think I might have one worse, but I'll save that one for later on.
All right. Yep. So that's shall I do you want to keep a note of your own teams, or do you want me to?
I think if you could do it, that'd be fantastic, bro. We can post it in the comment section below.
All right, cool. That's fine. I'll do that. So yeah, Kepa's in my goalkeeper.
Kepa's an interesting one, bro. Hopefully, last season he was good at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Was he at Real Madrid on loan before that?
Of course, yes. He was. He went on loan to.
Yeah, and he's only 30 years old. I think the best is yet to come. I think with the Carabao Cup run that he's going to go on this coming season, bro, is going to be the stuff of legends, if you ask me. So I think this is going to be a take that ages pretty poorly.
Whatever he does at Arsenal, it doesn't take away that. What was it? £72 million that Chelsea spent on him.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I remember his most infamous moment was fighting Sarri from. Remember when Sarri wanted to take him
legendary moment, Carabao Cup final, my ad. Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Hussy, man, you go next.
You know what? Someone will say it's not a smart move to use a United player so early, but this man was signed as the #1 keeper in the world, in world football, and it's none other than the bold bitch himself, Fabian Barthez. And he was so horrific for the older generation, for people that are my age, For those who remember watching this guy week in, week out, he was a horror show. He was the first ever keeper to play with his feet. He was the first ever keeper to run to the halfway line with the ball at his feet. But he was horrific. and it's very well documented. We had a big keeper issue up until Van der Sar. After Schmeichel, in between Schmeichel and Van der Sar, every keeper that we signed was horrible. But this guy was signed as world number one. Horror show. So
Was he the most expensive keeper at the time when you signed him?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. I wouldn't be surprised. No. Buffon went for big money early.
Yeah.
Early days to Juventus. Buffon.
I'm guessing I'd guess he was still up there in terms of price.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Henri. He used to always assist Henri. That.
Bro, don't get me
Bro,
started.
two-time Premier League champion who's a starting goalkeeper for you guys, and he is the pioneer of the sweeper keeper position, man. I think that's harsh on Barthez. Won everything there is to win in the game, the World Cup, the Euros.
I'm not having it, bro. I watched him week in, week out, man. And one of those seasons, by the way, he was rotated. He wasn't playing 38 games.
Who was it? Who was the backup? Roy Carroll.
There was Roy Carroll. There was a transition.
Massimo Taibi.
Tim Howard.
Was it Taibi one of the keepers?
Oh, bro, Taibi. He was my backup choice in case I wanted Barthez. 5 games and never again.
You know, there's only 2 United signings that you can have here, bro, and you've used one on Fabian Barthez.
Yeah,
bro, you could have gone like I'm sure some of the other names are going to come up, but I think you've gone very early with the United players there, man.
I have, but my 3 choices in mind were Barthez, Kepa, and
there's someone right now in between the sticks. But in terms of Barthez, I remember, obviously this was a bit before my time, but it's an infamous game. It was the R9 game at Old Trafford when he scores like near post goals. Rio Ferdinand till this day still blames Barthez for some of those goals.
I don't know, man. I think you could have put any goalkeeper in the world that day, and R9 was coming out with that hattie, man. He was just a man possessed, bro. But all right, that's a good pick, man. I think So for me, I'm gonna go in the other direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for a striker. Okay, and I'm gonna go for a guy, bro, who, for me, at the time, was a guaranteed slam dunk, and that is none other than El Nino to Chelsea, bruv.
Oh yeah,
Fernando Torres. Bro, when Fernando Torres went to Chelsea, I know we kind of knew that he had that injury and they rushed him back for the World Cup and all the rest of it. But bro, some of the sitters he was missing for Chelsea, I know some of it gets whitewashed by the Barcelona Gary Neville goalgasm, but he went from being like, and he's still a legend, but he went from being like nailed on, all-time great, undisputed, like Spain's best ever player, to put Vidic in a blender week in, week out, all that kind of stuff, to just a guy that people felt a bit sorry for, man. And it's the Chelsea number 9 curse. I don't know if he started it, but he definitely continued on its legacy, a legacy that continues on to this day. And yeah, man, he kind of, I don't know, the move never made sense. But yeah, man, I'm gonna stick Fernando Torres up top for my team.
Okay. I'm gonna complete my Chelsea picks, with arguably, is this their most expensive? No. It's been done now. But it's one of their most expensive signings, that's for sure. And arguably probably one of the worst flops in Premier League history. And that is Romelu Lukaku. I'm saying the second stint he comes. Bro, this guy, if you remember correctly, after maybe, I think, was it a month or 2 after he signs, he sits down with an interview that wasn't authorized by the club, and he's saying, I want to go back to Inter. After he hounded his way out of Inter. That is one of the worst signings, and he was awful, by the way. How many loans did he go out on before they let him go for free? Was it was it to Napoli?
Is he not still on? Is he still not on loan? He's still on loan right now, bro.
You're lying.
Yeah, he's on loan, bro.
That is insane, bro. Yeah, that is definitely my striker. He's going up top for my.
Nice one, guys. That was both of the strikers I wanted to go with. Sick.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Romelu Lukaku. Doesn't take away from. I do think he's a good player. Don't get it twisted. Like, he does get harshly. He gets a harsh time, but yeah. Yeah, it is you, Hussey.
You know what? I'm just gonna follow the theme. I'm gonna go with a Chelsea 9 because why not?
Yep.
And I'm gonna go with Andrei Shevchenko.
Okay. I thought you were
That's a
gonna go.
deep cut. We love it. No, that's an excellent pick.
Yeah. That is.
That's an excellent pick, bro. Because he was what he won. Did he win? He won the Ballon d'Or.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
And the previous
everyone was
season he
terrified.
scored like 30 to 40 goals a season before he joined Chelsea. I was
Yeah.
shitting bricks when they
Yeah.
signed him.
I remember infamously that was a signing that was that went against Mourinho's wishes. I remember he didn't want him. I remember it was.
I remember this. Yeah,
that
yeah. It was a Abramovich connection. That guy, man.
Do you know who I thought you were gonna go since we've all got our strikers? I thought you were gonna go for Morata because Chelsea they have had howlers when it comes to
Yeah.
but yeah,
I thought of
Shevchenko's a
him.
good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have no shortage of strikers when it comes to Chelsea. You could have gone Pato. You could, bro. The list is endless, bro. Of guys you could have gone who just absolutely shat their pants when they got to Chelsea. Is it your turn now, Booty?
No, it's
No,
you
it's
again.
you.
It's me. All right, cool. I'm gonna go for a guy, who signed for us. I think the anniversary, 10-year or 15-year anniversary of his signing was like 2 days ago, and you guys all know who my most hated football player of all time is. Well, Booty definitely knows who it is.
Oh yeah, of course.
But my second most hated football player of all time, I'm gonna go goalkeeper. The man with the hole in his heart, bruv. The man who put the hole in ours, Manuel Almunia, bruv. Bro, bro, I cannot. But listen, this is I love and I hate Arsene Wenger, yeah, but some of the things that he did, chief among the most brain dead, career ruining, legacy destroying things he ever did, bruv, was to subject us to like 5 seasons of Manuel Almunia, bruv, in the sticks. Cost us the Champions League final, created just a constant low light compilation. Somebody did that 2.5 hour De Gea fumbling compilation. Every single minute that Manuel Almunia was on the pitch, all 105 or 110 appearances he made, every single minute of that is a low light. You have to combine all of those games together to get just a snapshot of the feeling that we had, bro. Because I'm not even including the days and the weeks in between games that we knew that this guy was our number one. And now people remember this guy for saving the penalty in that Watford playoff game where Deeney scored. But I want people to never forget Giuliano Belletti near post Champions League final against Barcelona. And I want people to forget Cristiano Ronaldo scoring that 50-yard free kick. Yeah, that people, bro, any other half decent goalkeeper in the world, half decent, 2 working hands, 2 working feet saves that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm here forever, man.
There's one low light that he has that's a bit more low key, and only Arsenal fans will probably remember this. I think it was either the 07-08 season or 08-09. And it was one of those, like, it was at turn of the year, Arsenal still fighting for the league.
Yeah.
We had Sammy Nasri at the time, and we were playing Birmingham away. It was 0-0 deadlock for a while.
Yeah.
Sammy Nasri scores. It's that tail end of the game. We're thinking, 3 points on to the next. And you remember Kevin Phillips? Is that his name? He was a good striker back in the day. Well past his prime. He's playing for Birmingham now, and he has this dead shot, bro. It's straight at him, and he fumbles it into his goal. I nearly broke my TV that day.
Yeah,
that's when I wanted it. Yeah, I said I called him every word under the sun that day, bro.
Wenger out. I still say it, man. But we should hire him back and fire him again, bruv. That one decision. But yeah, moving swiftly on. Who's up next?
It's me. I'm gonna follow the theme and go with an Arsenal player. This is one that's closer to home. It's close to my heart. I backed this guy for years on end, especially against Igal. Me and Igal used to fight about this guy for a very long time. I think he at the time he was our most expensive player. I think he's the second most now. And that is none other than Nicola Pepe. 72 million pounds. Absolute dross, bruv. And now he's dating a flipping porn star.
That's probably his career highlight at this point in time, bro. I don't think anybody knows him. I don't think anybody knows it. They know him more for clips dancing around the pool with her and that stuff than anything he's ever accomplished in football. Nobody knows where he is or what he does for a living anymore. And that deal was straight up money laundering, as far as I'm concerned. I've just chalked it up as money laundering. Don Raul got sacked shortly afterwards. What can we do, bruv? That was the dog days.
He was the reason why we brought that flipping dead hairline, Tim Lewis, whatever, because after that, the Cronkies definitely looked at the signs like, what the hell are these?
What's going on? The Cronkies don't know anything about anybody, bro. They just, you know what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on. They think Frimpong plays for the team, the social media guy, bro. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's a solid pick. Hussy,
you're up next.
I'm gonna get a centre mid in.
All right.
I want to get someone from Tottenham.
Okay.
I'm gonna get someone called Ndombele.
Yeah. That's
By the way, he had all the talent in the world, man. Honestly,
bro. What the hell did I just do? Yeah. Fucking stinker.
Yeah, man. Bro, there's still till this day Tottenham players. I remember Gareth Bale was I think he was doing the Champions League final or maybe the Europa League final. Probably makes sense to me to be the Europa League final last year. And he was saying when he went back to Tottenham, bro, he was one of the best players in training he's ever played with. He was insane. Some of the things he's done in training was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, man, just apparently.
By the way, the training stuff, I think, especially in this TikTok social media era, it gets a bit too much praise. Like the players talk behind the closed doors. Yeah, he was given, and do you know who's and he's another Tottenham player who gets the rub of this, where his legend and his legacy has grown based on ex-pros giving it large about how he was in training. And it's Moussa Dembele. Moussa Dembele was a good player, great player, even you might say. Maybe hampered by the teams that he picked and the injuries that he had. But bro, the way that these guys talk about him in training, you would have thought it was fucking Zinedine Zidane, bro. People need to put a bloody cork in it. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing this guy's name now.
You know what?
He went from being underrated to fully overrated just based off stories of ex-Tottenham players and ex-Belgian players talking about what he was like in training. Oh, he was like a steam train. You couldn't stop him. When he got ahead of steam, he would just dribble past the whole team and then dribble back past his own team and score. Shut up, bro. We didn't see any of that stuff on the pitch, man.
Actually, bro, you know what? I'm a big fan of Dembele. I can't lie, man. I think he's wavy. So,
yeah, bro, he was a good player, but bro, the way that people talk about him nowadays, it's insane.
No, I get you.
Insane. Yeah. Miles was saying something about him on the club or whatever it was, and I think it was like they had like they must have had some like Gerrard and all these kind of players in the conversation. He was like, yeah, we might have to put
he was
Dembele on the Mount Rushmore or some shit, bro. I was like, what's
do you know what? Shall I tell you why I went viral with that conversation? Because they put him in the all-time 11 for the Arsenal-Tottenham team, and I think someone like Vieira missed out because of Dembele. So
Vieira, Fabregas, you know what I'm saying, bro? The names that weren't in that list, for Moussa Dembele, who lost more North London derbies than he won, by the way. It's just this is an abomination. But I digress, but we've digressed quite far there, bro. I think it's who's goes next? It's me, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go centre back. I'm gonna go second Arsenal player. I'm getting this locked and loaded. I'm getting this done and dusted. And this is the guy who created more Arsenal fans have left the club, gave up their support, handed in their scarf because of this guy than any other player that we've ever had, bruv. He was the man who was supposed to come in and be the defensive stalwart to this day. He was supposed to be here to this day, like old man leading the next generation, but he turned out to be just the most Willy Wonka fucking Oompa Loompa fucking Cartoon Network Looney Tunes joke man I've ever seen in my entire life, and that's 2014 World Cup winner Skodran Mustafi, bro. We should have known not to take him serious when we heard his name was Skodran, bro, because that's not an actual name. That's like somebody just hit the keys on a keyboard, and we should have just thought, bro, this guy's not a serious operator. But what he produced over his 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 year stint, however long he end up lasting, bro, he might still be on the books. There's nothing short of the biggest calamity in Premier League defending since Shitus Bramble.
No, I can't lie. In my opinion, that's for obviously he was our record signing at the time, and if you take inflation into account, even if you don't, to be honest, I genuinely believe, hand on heart, I think he's the worst signing we've ever made. I think there was no player I hated that played for my club more than Skodran Mustafi, bro. I'm actually annoyed that you have him and I didn't pick him.
He was my first choice centre back as well.
Oh yeah, it's me now. So I've got Kepa, Pepe, Lukaku. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna bring in the current Premier League champions, and I don't think this guy gets enough limelight for how much he cost and how little he played, and that is Naby Keita.
No, man.
£68 million was it?
Yeah.
And this guy was supposed to be the next Pogba. He was supposed to be X, Y, Z, and other. And bro, I thought he was just mid. He was a mid player, bro. Didn't see anything special, and he was broken half the time as well. So yeah, man, Naby Keita goes into my midfield.
That's so annoying. Because he just hit me like less than 5 minutes ago. I was like, oh yeah.
This year, right?
I'm gonna get a Man City player in because their flops always go under the cosh.
Yeah.
I actually rated him as a player when they signed him, but with all things considered, I think Benjamin Mendy was a massive flop. Given where he went through, they paid 52 million as well. Yeah, and they had to lose him on a free. They had to pay him. Yeah, it was a bit mad. So,
he was absolutely outrageous until he did his ACL. By the way, let's forget about that. The controversy is the controversy, and obviously, it happened. But the injury is what cooked him off. Because when he came back from the injury, he still had a little while before the media, the news broke on that story, and he just was not the same player. He rehabbed. Now we know why he rehabbed badly. Now the story makes much more sense, bro. He was clearly skipping, physio sessions to take care of else. He was focusing on the wrong bone. But yeah, bro. I'm actually with that, man. That's a pretty decent pickup for the Wout transfer package.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly. Moving swiftly on, Rigal, you're up.
So you took Naby Keita. That's a good one. He was on my draft board. He was pretty high up on my draft board. I've got another guy who cost probably not as much money, but I think he came with a similar level of hype. And Manchester United fans were talking about his potential redemption as his car was literally pulling out of Carrington to go to his next club, bro. This is how these guys talked about him. It was a constant rehab project, and he's part of the biggest fugazi, the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of modern football, in my opinion, which is the 2019 Champions League semi-finalist Ajax team, and that is Donny van der Beek, bruv. Donny van der Beek, bruv.
100%.
He came with, we beat Real Madrid to get his signature and blah, blah, blah. And, Dennis Bergkamp's his father-in-law and blah, blah, blah. And look, man, he got maybe a little bit unlucky with the managers, but then he got the guy who got him to the big show in the first place, Ten Hag. And even Ten Hag didn't give him a sniff, bruv. So I think that one's a bad look. I don't know where he is now. It's in like Girona or somewhere in like one of Spain's mid-table teams, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, Donny van der Beek's going in the middle of the pot for me.
Good
I think
pick,
he's in the
man.
Bundesliga right now. I think he plays for Frankfurt.
Okay,
I
makes
think.
sense.
I think.
That's fuck. No one knows where he is at. I remember he used to be, bro. That whole Ajax team was such a fugazi, bro. But yeah, moving to my team, centre backs. I'm trying to think. There's so many that played for Arsenal. So bad. You know what? I'm just gonna go with a Man United player because I still haven't picked one, and that it would be a shame if I left them out till later. I'm gonna go with. I don't know where to start. Who should I pick? You know what? Some may say this is harsh, but I think considering I think he's still the most expensive centre back of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Harry Maguire. Look, he's had a bit of a remontada. He's been okay in recent times, but bro, I still think he's one of the biggest flops in Premier League history, man. For the club that he came with, bro. So yeah, he goes, especially for the money. If you haven't clocked I think my team's the most expensive. So yeah, I'm trying to keep that theme going. Harry Maguire, £80 million. Yeah.
What a legend. Captain leader legend, in my opinion. But if you must.
Yeah. Slabhead. Hussey, you're up next.
Bro, there's like so like my list I thought of the players. I'm not joking, about 80% of them are United and Chelsea players.
Yeah. There's a lot of Arsenal. That. You just gotta think about earlier. You gotta think about Wenger.
No. I'm building up as to say I'm sad that I have to use up my second Chelsea choice already.
Okay.
But I have to. The 100 million Ukrainian Fugazi. The guy who's not even in professional football anymore.
Yeah, that
Mr. P, whatever fucking drugs, whatever he took from that guy, that brother. The 4 year
Ukraine Bolt.
Ukraine Bolt, bro. That guy, bro. Given how hard Arteta wanted him and chased him for, and then we saw that debut off the bench at Anfield, I was thinking, Mamma Mia, I get it now. I understand why Arteta was obsessed with this guy. He's not got baby Hazard at the helm. And then, bro, that was it. That was his best 45 minutes in football history, in his football career. Those 45 minutes in that show, 20 minutes, whatever it was, that was it. 100 mil, down the drain, off they go. With Lukaku. See ya.
By the way, I think there's an underlying theme to that deal, yeah, and it's that they only bought him for that much because it was the UK government who was trying to launder money to Ukraine for the war effort, bruv. Legitimately, there's a component in it, bruv. That transfer fee didn't get reinvested into Shakhtar Donetsk, bruv, because Shakhtar Donetsk doesn't exist anymore. It got paid as missiles, bruv, to lob at the Russians. So yeah, bro. In one sense, obviously the fee is massively inflated. In another sense, the guy might never play football again because he was found with quite a hefty. His B sample was more loaded than his A sample. So I don't know, bro. It could be a hot minute till we see him again. But yeah, that's a very good pick in my opinion, man.
Yeah, very good
pick. That's a good pick, man. For me, my next pick, I'm gonna put him right next to Shkodran Mustafi, bro. He might as well have been the Black Mustafi. This guy, At the time, I think it was like 2014. It was a massive sum. It was a massive sum to put on a centre back. Manchester City ponied up the cash. He was bold. He was from Porto. He was an absolute disaster class from his first appearance to his last appearance. Nobody knows where he went afterwards. He just disappeared into the black hole of football, never to be seen or heard from again. And that is Eliaquim Mangala, bruv. Oh my
Oh,
lord.
he was
Oh
so
my
bad.
lord. I don't know who did the scouting report, but I do know that one of the sheikhs had him shot outside training ground shortly after they bought him, bruv, because that is an unjustifiable sum of money for that pile. 6'4". Until I saw Mangala, bruv, I did not know they could stack dog shit that high.
But you know what, Ego? He was very highly rated on Football Manager just before they signed him. I remember him. I remember thinking, oh, this is a banging transfer because of FM.
4.5-star recruit. You know, he had the size, he had the speed, he had the athleticism, but
Quick. Yeah.
he did not have the brain, bruv. He did not have the hand-eye coordination skill, the eye-feet coordination skills were just not there, bruv. He was like a cheap Beyblade.
I'm going for my second Man United pick already. I think he's the longest serving Man United player currently. And that is none other than Lucas Shaw. Luke Shaw, bro. He is going in. Bro, this guy, I think he's had more meals than games. He's fucking every Call of Duty he's missing. So yeah, man, he's definitely going into my starting 11. So I found it hard to find a left back actually. So I'm happy I picked him up.
That's a good pick.
Okay. All right. It might not make sense at first, but hear me out. My second Man City player is going to be João Cancelo because it took him, if I'm not mistaken, 6 to 9 months to integrate. He then had one good fucking season. Yeah, if we're keeping it up, but one. He ended up being better as a left back than he is as a right back, which was what he was signed for. And then they flogged him off in January when he was supposed to be the best player, the best fullback in the league. And they couldn't wait to get rid of him. And if you followed his career since then, he keeps getting a move every few months.
I don't think Gal, are you letting him get away with that one? I'm not with that, man. João Cancelo,
bro. 60 mil for a guy that took, I don't know, 6-9 months to play football for City. And he had one good season.
Bro, when he got going, this guy was phenomenal, bro.
But I do happen to think, that like Cancelo has not delivered to the level of his talents. So I can see it from the angle that he's come from. I mean, look, prime Cancelo. You know, there's no City fan in the world who is saying, "Yeah, this guy's a bum, bro." This guy was a right back who was playing left back, and he was unbelievable. Like he was unbelievable wherever he played him. You know, and he's still out there. He's still doing his thing. And Al Hilal, I honestly think, and I said at the beginning of the Club World Cup, Al Hilal could compete in the Champions League and be a very decent team. And he's still playing for a very solid side, albeit in a pony league. But I'll let you have it.
Okay,
I'll let you have it. It's controversial one. It's a controversial one, but I'll let you have it.
I listen for the viewers. I tried to fight it, and you lot can die on this hill. I'm not with it, but I'm out. So yeah, left back Benjamin Mendy, right back Cancelo. All right, Igal, you're up.
I'm gonna go for my second Manchester United player. I think it's my second Manchester United player, right, Booty?
You've only got Van der Beek.
I've got Van der Beek. This one's going to be, he's going to be playing on the left wing for me. All right.
Okay.
And it's going to be a surprising one. It's going to surprise you guys, because he didn't come for a massive, comparatively, didn't come for a massive fee. All right. Yeah. But it was very, very clearly and very obviously a money laundering scheme. because this guy was literally homeless before they signed him. He was quite literally homeless before they signed him. And within 2.5 minutes of watching him play football at that level, you realized some people are enjoying the cash that was used to transact this deal. He comes from Portugal. He plays for Ibiza, and his name is Bebe. I don't know how many of you guys remember Bebe, bruv.
Yes.
But Carlos Queiroz and Alex Ferguson, bruv, pulled an absolute blinder with that one. I think it was like 7.5 M's. I think they literally said they found him in a homeless shelter, bruv. He was kicking ball. He didn't have shoes, bruv. And all of a sudden, they signed him for Manchester United. His agent got paid very handsomely. I don't know who they bought him from. I don't know if they signed him directly from the homeless shelter. I don't know if it was like a charitable donation to the shelter, but unbelievable. It was like literally, you know, the film Goal, where that guy plays for Newcastle, brother, and he just comes off the street, brother. It was that. Yeah, except he didn't come from the street. He came from an actual homeless shelter. And I don't say that to disparage the homeless. Much respect to Bebe, bro. Anybody would sign that contract, but as a signing from the dominant champion Manchester United team, it was quite an unbelievable deal at the time.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Bebe, bro. That's a bro for a name. So someone to have a name like that, bro. I'd think he would be at least half decent. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna go to my team. I need another centre back. Who can get into my? Oh, I've got one actually. I'm going to complete my Liverpool set, and I'm going to bring in Dejan Lovren.
They love him on the cop, man.
Bro, he was fucking cheeks. He was so dead, bro. I don't care. He was so dead. I remember when, bro, this is how you know Van Dijk is so cold. Because, bro, when Van Dijk came in, this guy started to get some props, bro. And then they quickly learned soon after how bad he was. And they had to flog him off to God knows where, bro. I don't know where he went. Some Russian team somewhere. But yeah, man. Dejan Lovren. That's my backline. Maguire and Lovren.
Fair enough. I'm also, well, not also. I'm going to complete my second and final Man United choice. I was fucking spoiled for choice, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go on the basis that, based on the reputation of the player that we were signing and then his actual output and how quickly he left. Juan Sebastian Veron was a fucking player, but unfortunately, we never got to see at United, or at least consistently.
Bro, I'm so annoyed, man.
Was a big transfer fee, man.
Bro, I'm so annoyed that none of us picked. Did all of our Man United pick? Wait, hold on. Let me see if he's used up his Man United picks. He has. Bro, how the fuck did Anthony not get into our fucking drafts, man?
No, because Anthony's
he was my next choice.
No. I was gonna say that's because Abdullah, you're writing him off, bruv. You're writing him off. Anthony is gonna have the mother of all remontadas, bruv, and this would have tanked our credibility as a podcast, bruv, because Anthony has come back. He's come back from the beautiful town of Betis, Seville. I don't think Betis is a town. I think it's Seville.
Yeah,
and he's a new man, bruv. He stopped dyeing his hair. He started seeing a professional barber. You know, he stopped doing the mirror jobs. And this season, what we're gonna see from Anthony is gonna just be absolutely lights out stuff, bro. He's gonna be just launching it. So it's a good thing we didn't pick him.
Man. Nah, man, he had to make it, bro. Fuck's sake. But yeah, calm.
He was my next choice for United player. Well, fuck up.
Egal, you're up again.
Cool. I am gonna go for somebody who's actually very visible in the media these days. He's quite literally everywhere, and I think at the time, he really did burst onto the scene for Manchester City and England. but I'm choosing his stint with Aston Villa, bruv. He signed on a free transfer. He was named
So bad,
almost
bro.
instantaneously the captain, and over the course of 4 years, he played a grand total of 26 games as Aston Villa got relegated, and he continued to enjoy his 50 to 60 bag a week wages. Didn't turn up to training, didn't really bother. Instead of going to actual training, he seems to have gone to media training and interviewing practice because but we can't get rid of this guy at the moment. But yeah, man, Micah Richards, take your place, the right back slot.
That's a good pick. For him to be free as well, man, and him still being in this fucking 11, that's how you know he was arse.
He was arse, bruv. He's absolutely arse.
Micah Richards, welcome to Egal's team. Aston Villa. All right. Let's have a look at my team. All right, so I need a right back and I need a left winger. Winger. All right, there. Let's go right back. So I've completed my Chelsea set. I've completed my Arsenal. I haven't. Right back. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's definitely getting to my right back. Cedric Suarez. I fucking hate this player, yeah. He's getting into my fucking right back slot. He is so dead. I don't know how much you pay for him, like 5 million. And he was one of these guys we couldn't sell as well. So we had to endure him until the final days of his contract, bro. So yeah, Cedric is going into my team.
Cedric Suarez.
This
I
is
wouldn't mind that to see you.
My first edition from Liverpool is an Italian man,
Oh yes. I know who
Alberto Aquilani. This guy,
Yeah.
the gas that I used to hear about this guy, apparently dethroning Stevens. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Listen, he was signed as a good player, and he was a monumental flop in the Prem. Like a monumental flop.
Bro, I thought he was gonna be so good as well. I can't lie. I thought.
Bro, we all did.
I think they got him from Fiorentina.
No, Roma. He was like absolute wonder kid for Roma.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And that completes my midfield.
Yeah, literally that completes your midfield of Ndombele, Veron, and Aquilani. Egal, you are up next.
I'm gonna stick. I think I've got another Liverpool signing. Have I signed anybody from Liverpool yet?
No, you haven't.
Okay, I'm gonna choose a player from Liverpool from that exact same era, which many Liverpool fans, if not all Liverpool fans, will call one of the worst eras in their club's history. It's certainly on field, probably the worst era in their club's history was that little stint of time. Now, this player had a fantastic season prior to this move, and he actually moved along with his manager, Roy Hodgson, from the Europa League finals team that had narrowly lost that match, and he came over to Liverpool. He's currently cast in the HBO Harry Potter TV series, and he occupied the Liverpool left-back slot for the grand total of 1 season. His name is Paul Konchesky. I don't know if you remember Paul Konchesky, bruv, but this was the bottom of the butter in Liverpool history. And for every moment they get to enjoy now, for every Luis Suarez, for every Van Dijk and Salah and all these guys, they got to remember there was a time where Paul Konchesky was lining up at Anfield and soaking in the noise from the Kop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good pick. Very good pick. Man, like Konchesky. All right. Let's go to my team. Okay. I'm starting to struggle, you know. I'm going to go with a midfielder. Actually, should I go with this guy? This is a bit controversial, but you know what? It's not. For look, this signing, I would say for the club,
Mhm.
they would argue. A lot of their fans would argue it's not a flop. But if we look at it as an isolated transfer and for how much he went
Mhm.
for, at the time, the Premier League record signing,
Mhm.
and that is Mr. Jack Grealish for 100 mil. Listen, I get it. They won the treble with him, X, Y, Z, and all that. And I'm a fan of Jack Grealish, to be honest. But 100 million pounds, if you played for one of the more conventional big six clubs, if you played for an Arsenal, if you played for a Man United, if you played for a Liverpool, I don't think he would be looked at in such what's the word? In such a light, they wouldn't take it in such a light manner in regards to the 100 mil they spent on him. So yeah, he had a half a good season in the treble season,
Mhm.
and bar that, he's just recycled the ball on the left wing a bunch of times. He hasn't really done much. So yeah, Jack Grealish gets into my team.
Cool. I just had to check okay, cool. So the next, I need centre back. So I need 2 centre backs and a right winger, right? Something like that, or a left winger.
You need 2 centre backs and a right winger because you got Mudryk. Unless you want to play him on the right, but I don't know if it wants to allow that.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Given that he has a reputation amongst Newcastle fans and even Sunderland fans as being a joke of a defender, and given that he was highly rated as a kid, this was just definitely before our time, but he was highly rated as a kid apparently, and then he moved for £5 million to Ipswich Town in 2002. Titus Bramble was going in to my team.
You can't argue with that. He's the worst centre back in the history of the league.
Yeah, he's
Literally.
awful, man.
You cannot argue with that.
Bramble, that one's definitely getting in for sure.
You cannot argue
And
with
now I'm
that.
screwed because I can't think of anyone. Bramble.
All right.
Oh, it's really my back line.
Igal, you are up.
All right. So this player here is going to be a deep cut. I'm not sure if you guys are going to remember this, but this kid was an Argentinian wonder kid, yeah, who played for a team called Vélez Sarsfield, and like all the top clubs in the world were interested in this guy, yeah. But in 2000 and I think it was 2011, he ended up joining Inter Milan, and this was during the Claudio Ranieri era, yeah. And he played as a trequartista right wing, so I'm going to put him on the right wing. Anyways, his stint with Inter Milan didn't go amazingly well, and in 2014 there was a very interesting deal that was afoot. It was a loan from Inter with an obligation to buy if they stayed up, and he could pass a medical on his left knee. All right. Well, anyways, he played 13 games and he got an injury to his right knee. Sunderland tried to get out of this obligation, but the court ruled against them, and they had to pay £10 million. And they couldn't pay half of it because they had gone down in relegation. And so they were still paying this guy's transfer fee while they were in League One years later. And this player's name is Ricky Alvarez. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. His name is Ricky
remember
Alvarez.
Ricky
Alvarez.
Who you picking
And he's
him
going
for?
on,
What's
he's
his
going on the right
Sunderland?
wing. Sunderland, yeah, he went on loan to Sunderland, bro. And literally in the contract, it says if he gets injured, because he already busted his left knee, he had 2 ACLs by that point, and if they stayed up and he didn't get injured on his left knee, plus medical on his left knee, they wouldn't be able to get out of the obligation, and then he ended up rupturing his right ACL instead. And so they went to court and they couldn't get out of it. They had to pay the money, bro, and it broke them. It broke them financially.
That's fun. All right. That's me. I think this one definitely deserves a shout out in this episode. I'm going back to City and completing my City collection. If I'm not mistaken, I should be able to do that. Yeah. And that is, I think, arguably City's worst ever signing, probably, considering the money they paid and how much he played. And that is Mr. Calvin Phillips from Leeds United to Manchester City. That guy, I don't know if he's still on the books at Man City, because I know they haven't sold him for sure. Surely not. Because no one's buying that guy for the amount they paid and what he's on. So yeah, man. Calvin Phillips.
So, yeah, that's an absolute no-brainer, bro. You can't argue with that one.
Yeah. Hussey, you're up. You are up, Hussey.
Does anyone have any Liverpool players left?
Does anyone have any Liverpool players
I think I've got one more space, but yeah.
I do not have any Liverpool players left. Egal has, he has a Liverpool player left. And you, yeah, you have a Liverpool player left.
All right, cool. Then I'm not going to toss up all the names that were going on in my mind, so I don't want to help anyone out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen Mudryk play on the right,
Okay.
and because I've seen this man play on the left, and he's arguably better, even though he was signed as an £85 million striker from Benfica. Darwin, Nunes is going on my way. That guy, bro, Liverpool fans spent the whole of the last 2 seasons trying to convince people that he's good until they walked away with the league and they're like, yeah, this guy's shit, bro. We need a new striker. But for a good year and a half, they're like, oh, he's chaotic. Oh, he makes things happen in the box. Shut the fuck up, bro. The guy can't hit a fucking barn door, bro. He goes into my team.
Yeah, bro. Do you know what's funny about Nunes though?
85 mil.
But bro, do you know what's funny about this? We're saying, like, funny enough, you're talking about bro, they're still gonna fetch a hefty fee for him.
Yeah, because Liverpool are the best in the game when it comes to selling.
Yeah, I get it, but man, what did they reject from Napoli? Was it like 50 million euros?
Don't forget they rejected a big bid in January from Saudi. I think it was like 70.
Chelsea as well. I think second season they wanted him as well.
Yeah,
I'm mistaken. But yeah, fair enough, man. Nunes on the left, Mudryk on the right, and we have Mr. Egal up next.
I'm going to choose a guy who was part of the greatest title win, arguably, in sports history. Certainly in this sports history. Yeah. And shortly after that, he joined the exodus from Liverpool, from Leicester to Chelsea. Do I still have a Chelsea player remaining?
Do you still have a Chelsea player remaining? Yeah, you do. You do.
Excellent. And this guy lived up to his name. That's all we can say, bro, because he sat on the sidelines and he drank water, bro, for 5 years, 120 bag a week, £35 million signing. He played 12 games in his first season in the Premier League. And then the remaining 4 seasons, he played 0 games. He had a total of 23 appearances, 22 of which he made in his first season. Danny Drinkwater, pound for pound, the worst signing I've ever witnessed, bruv. It's baffling. It's mind-blowing. We don't know what happened. We don't know why they did it. We don't know what's going on. To this day, there are scientists and accountants and economists locked in a room trying to work out the mechanics behind that deal, man.
Yeah, no, that deal was horrific, man. I'm not gonna lie. And I need to pick my last player and put him into my midfield. And I'm trying to think, who can it be that could get into my midfield? This is a difficult one, you know. I can't lie. Who can I pick to go into my midfield, bro? I'm running out of names. Uh, I can't think. You know what? I've got a name. It's not a high profile name, but I've got a
Mhm.
name. He signed for Leicester, and he was supposed to be. I think he came from Monaco. Hussey, could you help me out with the name? He was highly rated. Monaco player, came to Leicester. Oh, what's his name? What is his name? I need to find this.
Is it the striker?
No, he's a midfielder. Leicester.
Oh, Simoni?
Oh, that's the one. Samari.
Soleimani.
Samari. I think it's Samari.
Samari.
He was super highly rated. I remember them paying big bucks for him at the time.
I remember that season they signed him. I predicted he would be the best transfer of that window.
Yes, I remember that.
Boy,
As
did
well.
I have a fucking
Yeah.
howler.
So I'm going with Samari.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is my
I'm
team
really
completed.
I really struggled here. So
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, yeah. What other team has gone through a banter and an era like us? Arsenal, of course. And you lot have had some shockers at centre back. But the thing is, you never really paid big bucks for centre backs, yeah?
Yeah.
Like you've never like really put thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm just gonna run this one with you guys first, and I have a backup ready if you guys don't have it.
Okay.
You signed him as a centre back. He got shifted to right back, and then within 2 years, he's now just a squad player, and he's got injury after injury. Big money he got signed for. That's why I'm mentioning him. Benjamin
Don't
White.
say no way.
But fine, if you're saying no, I'm going with Squadacci because this guy was signed with a good reputation, and he was one of the worst centre backs I've ever seen in my life. Sebastian
Yeah, okay.
Squadacci.
Scalacci can get in, but Ben White, he's had one injury and now it's this season.
Bro, Ben
That's-
White, yeah, is the complete opposite, bro. Because Ben White is a guy we were absolutely horrified to sign. And within like 5 games, bro, the entire fan base absolutely loved that guy, bro.
Yeah,
And it's not changed, not one bit, bro. Everyone loves Ben White, bro.
Ben
Yeah.
White was team of the years, couple 2 years in a row. Man.
Yeah,
The
man.
point is, he was signed as a centre back, and he got shifted to right back.
That
And
just
then
shows how
was
good he
signed
is,
to
bro.
right back.
Yeah,
But nobody knew that William Saliba was going to turn into one of the greatest centre backs in the world, bro. We hoped. But
Fair enough.
Squadacci, undisputed, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
Scalacci.
Squadacci is undisputed, bro. He's in the hell
Bro.
11. He's not even in prison 11. He's in the hell. He's gonna be there, bro. He's gonna be there, bro. In the gates of Jahannam, bro. Just waited there, bro. You know what I'm saying, letting in flying chunks of coal slip in behind with 3 balls, bro. Fuck
Bro,
that guy, bro.
You lot have had some funny centre backs, man. I was spoiled for choice at centre back from Arsenal.
Well, Mikhail Sylvester's the number 1 worst player to have ever played football for Arsenal, for United, for everyone, bro. So there we go. There we have it.
Hey, Gal, you have one more midfielder left.
All right. Listen, man. I was gonna go for a Man United guy, but obviously I've maxed out my credits there, so I'm gonna go for a guy who went to Manchester United, not for a big fee, all right, but had one of the most, Hall of Fame comedy runs in the history of the league, all right. And he was so bad and so awful and so trash. People wondered whether they would ever be able to get rid of him or whether he would just have to run out his contract in the reserves. And then comes a club I've already chosen before, who've already picked up Dross from Manchester United, from the city of Manchester, Aston Villa. And they signed him. And this guy was so bad, they named him twice. His name is Eric Jemba. Oh my god, Eric Jemba is up there with like Ali Dia, bro. Ali Dia, the guy who said that his cousin was George Weah and Graham Souness signed him. That's why you can never take Graham Souness seriously, by the way. Graham Souness took a phone call from a guy who said, my cousin's the World Player of the Year, and he signed him off the back of that. You know what I'm saying? He paid him money off the back of that, and now he's got the temerity to tell us who's a good player and who's not a good player, bro. Sit down and shut up.
That's when Graham Souness started his fucking racism, bro. That's what
Yes,
from that day onwards, that guy
bro.
was EDL.
Yeah, bro. It was legit the turning. It was the turning point for Souness.
Wow. Yeah,
It was the turning point for
Fair
Souness.
enough.
All right.
right.
yeah.
And on that note, we've completed our transfer flop 11s of the Premier League history,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna run you through them. I'm gonna start with my team. So in goal.
What are you going to call your team first of all? What are you going to call your team?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna call them El Arsicos.
Also, all right.
So starting for El Arsico in between the sticks, we have none other than the most expensive goalkeeper in world footballing history, and that is Kepa Arrizabalaga. Then at right back, we have Cedric Suarez. Centre back, Dejan Lovren. Partnering Dejan Lovren, we have H. Mags, another most expensive player in his position ever. Partnering H. Mags is his chubby buddy Luke Shaw. And in midfield, we have a workman-like midfield, no creativity whatsoever. We got Naby Keita, Calvin Phillips, and Sumare. My front three consists of Nicolas Pepe, Romelu Lukaku, and Jack Grealish. Egal, do you want to? I mean, Hussi, do you want to do your team or shall I do it for you?
Yeah, I'll do my team.
What are they called?
Let me think. The big bottlers. That's what it is. The big bottlers. Because all these guys were signed on reputations. Yeah, starting goal, the bold bitch himself, Fabian Barthez. Bro, I wish a lot of bad things on that guy. Fuck that guy. And then at right back, he looks like he does coke every 5 minutes when his eyes widen like this, and his name is João Cancelo. Left back, we got free my guy Benjamin Mendy. Centre backs, yeah, it doesn't get more comical than the pairing of Bramble and Scalacci, basically Dick and Dom. Midfield, we just got a midfield of huge talent, but complete arse cheeks in the Prem, and that was Ndombele, Akolani, and Veron. And then the forward lines, to be honest with you, they could probably lead a fucking army. Mudryk, Shevchenko, Darwin Nunes. Just
I love
havoc,
it.
bro. Just absolute havoc.
I love it.
And Egal.
So my team is going to be called the See You Next Tuesdays. In the sticks, we're going to have Almunia, left back, Kanchelski, right back. We've got Micah Richards, centre back pairing of Mangala and Skodran Mustafi, and midfield three of Eric Jemba, Danny Drinkwater. And who's the third guy that I picked, bruv?
Van der Beek.
Oh, yes, of course. He's so boring that I forgot him completely. Donny van der Beek. Not so Donny van der Beek, bruv. Should have been left in the Dommy van der Beek, bruv. And the front three is going to consist of Bebe, Fernando Torres, and who do I have on the right, bro? I can't remember who I put on the right, bro. It was a pretty early pick.
Oh, the mad.
No, yes, sorry, yeah, no, Ricky Alvarez, bro. Kiko Alvarez, bro. Kiko Noni Alvarez. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, and hopefully you get some comments down below, but I think my team is by far the most garbage, bro. My team is pure cheek. They can't even play football. You guys picked guys here who can at the very least kick ball, bro. You actually got guys who can kick ball who had a bad transfer here and there and they went for a lot of money. I picked a diabolical team that cannot even functionally perform at the sport of football, bro.
I can't lie, Gal. I would like to congratulate you. I've just gone through our teams, and yours is by far the worst.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna dispute it.
I'm over for just pure gash, bro. These guys are lucky to be living in homes, bro. Well, maybe inside. But yeah, on that note, keep it locked and loaded. Booty's putting out the content on TikTok. We'll occasionally chip in with a few bits and bobs. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Peace.